meeting last night, yes, I was, you don't have to worry about it yet. They're not even close to it. The process right now is still determining how we're gonna do it.
News release or something like that.
Yeah, they're still got more meetings we're doing. This is a mandate, and the state has not provided them with it. Yeah, so it's a struggle. Is that wrong?
No, it's not
Yeah. What time is it?
30:47.
6:47.
Well.
Quarter till 7?
Got 12 on the side.
Fall down, I gotta read this.
I called up there and I got hold of somebody. He said, yeah, Barbara's coming. Eventually make it.
I think you're right, what you said, yeah, she's not too far, make that make sense. So make that make sense.
To me, that's still brand new, really.
Now just fall apart. Look where it works.
Yeah, that's right. I don't buy one, because you got a new car.
These are what I worry about. For me, I feel like that's so low.
Right there.
$2,000 fender. Pushed in the fender in the front. A guy like, that was it.
What's up, Jack?
Oh, I got a ghost follower from Bowling Green Township.
You did?
Yeah.
I'd shoot that.
Probably looking sucker though. He's ready for Halloween. You're away for a lot of gas.
Oh, sure.
I got your pen.
Oh, I know you
It said he was hoping it was a short week, I said you go trick or treating Thursday.
Ed always wants to read my minutes. You want to read my minutes?
Not really.
do. I can't read. On the glasses.
Want that? Jack?
Is it all right?
That's fine.
I heard that.
You do papers? Iris? Hi. Hi.
Terry, got your name.
108 cars. That's not much. I stand out. It's yours to work.
We picked up 7 more today. Just like that. You can't see it. Hey, Kendall.
Mr. Tires,
Got that new heater on? Got that new heater on?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I got a newspaper for
I thought you wanted
it.
It's been a while.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's my fault. My top fishing was spraying. It's
It's not like pay, you're right.
Essence of Pennzoil. That's my spritz. Other than that, it's just mustard.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know.
How you doing, Norman?
Good. What's that morning thing?
You come over to see the live action?
Yeah, live action. Turtle.
Oh, was it?
Oh, I was going to get phone
Go back in my place. I got, put the 100 poles aside.
I know you want that.
You what? Yeah, about 100 poles aside. What can I do for you? You did?
All right.
Why not?
That's right.
What's going on, guys?
Here, you guys sit down. I'll sit up here.
Grandkids keep you busy.
Oh, yeah. It's your night.
You thought you had your kids raised. You start doing.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good thing I took you, won't you?
You go, you go with that cracker?
Well, she's still practicing.
You don't do nothing.
You're going Oh, yeah.
Maybe we put them there.
You go like this.
We're going.
Oh, okay. You do all that? You put me on it and you're good for it. Yeah, somebody's gotta watch me, you know, like. Oh, shit.
You're sick, you were over at the corner.
Oh, no, not that.
You were at the corner.
Yes. Every state truck, I mean, they just went through the lens. There must have been 40 of them, all had the food license. And
I think I could.
evidently they was out practicing.
You gotta do what you're gonna do first thing.
Yeah.
You're fine, that was there.
It said with Mino.
He can drive the dump truck already, so watch him.
Like an unbelievable.
He drives.
They said
Or they're on the back of it.
Little reaper runs the back.
So, he's about 10, and just about how old he is. We got him on.
Reaper thing at home.
They've been playing golf every day.
Side farm, that's when we go start learning.
He went to bird
Could they do it like that?
You,
I did. I'd like to.
you got ready to hit it right.
Well, I'm telling
We
you,
never told them to
you
do
got
that.
a golf lesson over
Yeah, I was having you tell me
that
that.
over there.
How's that?
It's good. Yeah.
Pretty good food.
Yeah, it's real good.
They have restaurant over
She's
there?
not
Yeah.
right. She's
It's a big plate.
Well, this one come up.
$10.
and this one come up.
Yeah, that chicken noodle.
This one, not out of the month, he's out of the drive. That's where he was. He's getting that. Oh, yeah, he get going.
All you can eat?
You can always tell when he cuts the grass, though. You
Oh, they
spot
open
the
every
grass,
day?
clean
Oh,
up.
really? It's cheap.
No.
He does a good job. He does,
I just followed her and
Can't learn to sell one.
Not this one, I want $40 or Yeah. something like that. They had a steak for like $45.
He's not quite about that.
Oh, yeah, it is.
International.
They, like,
Must have been
Maybe
Sunday.
that case is that clear.
everything.
She said she was.
You can't see the other one.
I said, well, the last one I was
Like
on.
Down there, you got the same. Well, cats.
And I said, well, you
Yeah,
know,
the cats
oh,
too.
I have this Tuesday. And I said, this is Tuesday. I said, no, this is Wednesday.
They're all coming.
I mean, it's right between each.
So I had to relearn it.
Yeah, that's weird.
Twisted their fingers up there. Oh, no, don't tell me, I'm sitting in your seat. Again? I'm getting about to get beat up, I heard.
I know. You don't have to build one out. He said they serve food over there.
My bad.
Yeah, my freaking burger.
Yeah, so you're at 14, to 146, you make a left. Right in the,
Back there in the freeway.
you're right in the freeway, you're right straight.
I don't know who that is. That's right. Hell, come on.
I'm the buffer.
Get all fall up. Yeah, a little bit of both, probably.
You want more, Dennis? Dennis, you want more of that? Got more?
I don't need it to sign it. Do you need to sign the warrant for that?
I figured with Miller's place, that was all.
There's a couple more chairs down, if anybody wants to sit. Anybody else need an agenda? Somebody, he has the minutes, I know you like to read them.
You had it.
Anybody else?
Who needs the minutes?
I just moved in.
So each time we get this back on the call,
I tried to find him the other morning.
$6, and then I think there's one to the school, makes the next minute.
Well, that's what they might have
Call about 7 times.
And all,
So now we're back here. It's crazy.
You want the,
They said that, they sent it up there, they did update the 911, like, there's a lot of money.
Right.
I mean, a lot of it's federal funding. There's a lot of it.
you guys can say,
We would have to get some numbers. And they'll probably bring in, after the first year, they'll probably bring in almost $500,000. Just from
he'll call me, make us get her back out the door. Get the stuff.
I could do that.
Well, yeah.
We don't have to, they just said you want to do it.
Well, what do you need?
We'll call the meeting to order, 7 o'clock, second pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Ben Huff.
Here.
Dan Van Buren.
Here.
Jeff Corpenny.
Here. We have any guest speakers tonight? Any guest speakers?
I'd like to say something.
Can
I'd like to say it to Jeff.
it wait till public comment?
Okay.
Alright, make it. Alright, correspondence?
I'm gonna, is it okay if I start?
Sure.
I only have one thing. I received this in the mail from the Energy Cooperative, they're asking us to give them permission to install a 2-inch plastic gas line along Brownsville Road. They have a map. You guys want to look at it? I believe it. I think it's that dotted line there. Right here.
Yeah, they called me and I just had them send it to you.
Did they call you? Okay. Because I didn't know much about it, but
And that wouldn't really interfere with anything of us anyway, so.
That's just come down 668.
That's the same thing as looking at.
So they want permission from us?
yeah.
Just because it's gonna be in the right of way?
Yeah.
It's just on the one side of 40.
I think it's 668.
It's on 668.
That's what I'm saying. It's just on the north side.
Yeah.
It says on there they'd be a minimum 3 feet deep. So, I'll make a motion that we allow the Energy Cooperative to go ahead and install the new 2-inch plastic gas line as specified on this diagram.
And I'll second it.
Just 1 minute to read it.
Probably have to sign that one too, because I couldn't get a copy.
That's fine.
Request roll call.
Ben?
Yeah.
Dan?
Yeah.
Jeff?
Yes.
You need to sign it. There's 2 copies of
Is one of these for office?
I'm not actually sure. I need to call them and find out if they need both copies back or if they sent 2 copies.
Do you have any correspondence?
I'm done.
Do you have anything?
Yeah, I think this letter in the Beacon should be read into the minutes. Nice letter. What do you think, Ben?
Was there a date of estimated when they're going to do that? I didn't see that.
No, they'll let us know 24 hours in advance.
I didn't say there's no time range or anything.
No.
Okay.
Do you want this read in?
You can't come on.
It's brought to the board.
Just
You
go.
want to read it? You want me to read it?
You can read it.
All right, we'll read a letter that was brought to the board here. It was asked to be read out loud at the board.
It was asked to be read by who?
Mr. Van Buren. This is from the Buckeye Lake Beacon, dated Saturday, October 24, 2015. It's entitled More Letters, Writer Slams Corpenning. Letter to the editor. Bowling Green Township voters shouldn't be fooled by all the signs. The truth is Jeff Corpenny has put more effort and exertion into placing his campaign signs in the last few weeks than doing any necessary physical work for the township in the past 4 years. He states he was the project manager for Dogwood Lake's Somerset Road grant. When improvements were being done, he was nowhere to be found. Trustee Van Buren had to step in and take over as project manager. Corpenny quickly relinquished his responsibility. Contrary to his own narrative, he does not have a record of being proven, positive, or proactive. Quite the opposite. He is not a team player. He either abstains or votes no on grants that would certainly benefit the township unless the grant is his idea. He sabotaged a $100,000 grant application for much-needed upgrades to the township building, garage, and community building. On 9/29/2015, Jeff abstained from voting a $192,083.65 road grant for Cooper Rider Road and Brownsville alleyways. This guy even voted against partial funding for the 2014 Children's Easter egg hunt. Jeff Corpenny has not attended 25% of the regular monthly meetings, yet still collects a paycheck and health insurance, costing the township over $2,100 each month. Jeff says integrity matters. Unfortunately, he demonstrates none. He belittles and berates many residents, including his own fellow trustees and fiscal officer, zoning inspector, and township employees. Bowling Green Township does not need a trustee who is primarily a videographer. We need a hands-on, hard-working individual who will be an asset to the community. And the name on it was Judy Cottrell of Brownsville.
So Dan, why do you think it appropriate to read somebody's public opinion at a township meeting?
Because this is a public meeting.
Because
Are you gonna read Mrs. Boland's too, that she spread around the
I
township?
don't have it.
Here it is. It was pulled off the internet,
It's just,
off of their
you
website.
put so much effort into campaigning that it takes you 4 years to recover.
Is it? You really think this is appropriate, Dan?
Well, no, it's just, I'm just,
So you agree it's not appropriate?
No, it is.
well, when 4 years ago, Ben and I took care of the township for 3 months before Jack and Don was hired in. We didn't see you. Just things that, this happened.
So you think it's appropriate to read opinion letters in the
yeah.
Beacon at random? You just pick the ones you want to read,
That's the one
and
I
they're
got.
appropriate to read at a meeting?
You want the other one read? You
I
want to
don't
read
think
it?
it's appropriate to read any of them at the meeting.
All right, we're going to move on. It was brought to the board. It was asked to be
If
read,
that
so I read
person
it.
wants to come and express themselves as public comment, they have the right to do so.
All right,
Okay, let's,
do you have any other correspondence?
no, I don't.
Jeff, do you have anything?
Don't change the tape, Jeff, but I put it on YouTube.
Is the meeting gonna,
Do you have any correspondence or not? I'm
is the
asking you.
meeting gonna stay at the table tonight until public
Yeah,
I'm
comment?
unless
asking
you get up.
Okay. We're going to move on. I have some correspondence.
I do have some, yes.
Then go ahead. I've asked you twice now. If not,
Are you
we'll
gonna
move on.
interrupt, or am I gonna be able to?
If not, we're going to move on. Do you have correspondence?
I said yes,
Now
be
is the
quiet.
opportunity. Do it.
And be quiet.
Being so rude, Fort County.
I'm
Let's
gonna
let's
wait,
let him take care of what he's doing.
thank you.
Oh, look, run your mouth.
Hasn't been silent yet. No, I didn't get it.
Oh, we worship you.
That's enough. Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to finish this is pretty long this month, this timesheet report from the zoning inspector. I did have on my list, it looks like some of the things are addressed in here, so I'll just wait till that report comes up. Specifically, it was about the flag lot driveways there where O'Reilly and Chester are, but I see that I haven't finished reading it, but it looks like that'll come up. So she may have updates on that. I did talk with Kurt Simross this morning, and I don't know how far up this goes in time. Did want to follow up, Dan. Several meetings ago, I had brought up a couple of things. One was the culvert, specifically the one over on Rankin Road. Did you ever go look at it? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I went to look at it, but
It's all, what do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Well, we were supposed to,
Thought this was correspondence.
there's on the agenda, we were supposed to discuss a culvert.
Nope.
process. So anyhow, that's all I got as far as correspondence goes, so just bring it up again at appropriate time in the meeting.
One thing I had in correspondence, I want to thank everybody that came out to help with the tire cleanup day. It was a pretty big success. I know Jenny has that down here under unfinished business, but I wanted to thank everybody that came out. I know at one time we had, there was 14 people there to help collect tires, so it was a pretty good turnout. We collected approximately 208 tires, little, medium, small, huge, all kinds of tires. So it was a pretty successful event. So just wanted to thank everybody and also thank the county and letting us partake in that.
I'd like to take that time to echo that, and in addition to that, the unsung people that always pay the bill that make those happen is the taxpayer. So just want to make sure the taxpayer funds those things is also acknowledged.
Reports, safety.
Everything's all right in safety. I just got the Ford out there getting out here a week or so, get the wind in, blades change, cutting edge change.
Should we go ahead? Do you think we need to get cinders? More about cinders now? Or wait another month or so?
Yeah, we'll get them. I've been here for a while.
Okay. Fire company, I don't think we have a report for that. Zoning?
One permit. Thank you, Jeff, for announcing that last month. That was 8944 Somerset Road. They have an attached garage and an enclosed attached porch. That was done November the 7th. Permit number 101015. I also worked on old records from over 9 years ago when I was hired in. I still have 2 boxes left. Your prior zoning inspector didn't do crap. I kept setting it aside because Mr. Corpenny kept having issues about me making money, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do the job like it's supposed to be done. I also had to do investigations on Mr. Stepp's property. We've had that investigation turned into the prosecuting attorney. She's requested more information, so I've had to pull additional files trying to find this information, which some of it is in those boxes. I also worked on complaints for residents. Some of them were zoning complaints, none came out that needed any action taken on them. And I also put in here, I attached my hours so that Mr. Corpenny can post that on his website like he's been doing. Made it a little easier for him. And also, Mr. Corpenny, it would be very much appreciated when you go to a resident's house and they question you on why the permit is $150, that you do not tell them I get paid $150 for walking on their property. That was wrong. I did inform the resident I get paid hourly, $10 per hour. That's it on mine. What do you got for me?
I don't agree with your narrative at all.
That's your personal opinion.
I've read some of your verbiage in here, and it does not correspond with what the resident has told me, or the discussions. That's all
I wrote down
have.
exactly what he said to me. Did you record it? Because you should have brought the recording, so you can see.
That's all I have to say on that. I don't agree with
Well,
it. It doesn't
that's your
correspond.
personal opinion. I wrote verbatim while I was talking to the man what he said. Anything else?
No, I've already expressed my opinion.
Now you're a member of the Liars Club.
Very good.
I don't appreciate that.
we're gonna move on.
Don't care. You're
We're gonna move
accusing me
on.
of lying right now.
That's just uncalled for. There's no
You're
place for
accusing me
that.
of lying.
Thank you.
I don't agree with it.
That's the end of my...
We're gonna move on. Thank you.
You can say whatever you want, but it doesn't change
So
what
we're
actually
moving
happened. Hey,
No, we were moving
I'm
on.
not a puppy here. You're not
Hey,
gonna shift
hey,
me.
hey, alrighty, go.
Come on now.
Oh, holy
We're gonna move on. Okay.
move on.
Okay, thank you. Unfinished business. Do you have anything under unfinished business? No, you. Jack, do you have anything on unfinished business?
Well, yeah, it's, on those flag lots over there, Dan, what's the history? I understand you were out there and you talked to Mr. O'Reilly months ago or something?
On what?
The flag lots and the driveways on Somerset, it's the same 8944 and then.
Measured back 30 feet to there.
Because this morning when I talked to Kurt, he said he was still pulling some records after I called, because I want to know exactly where the right-of-way is, because of the issues that the neighbors are having. I want to find out exactly where the township right-of-way is, because there's issues with potential stuff in the right-of-way.
It's on at least 30 foot. I'd make it 60 foot right away through there if we got it.
You know, there's some of that through there that it's not that wide.
But when you researched it before, what were the answers you were
I just
getting?
told him to at least go 30 foot.
Oh, you didn't talk to the county?
I didn't talk to the county.
Okay. So Kurt didn't pull maps before then?
No.
All right.
I actually talked to him on the right of way.
Because there's, how long ago?
A year.
Okay. Because this is current and I called again this morning
Does
because
this
I
have
want
to do
to
with
get.
the railroad tie, the landscaping timber that was in the right of way?
That's one of the things, it's theirs again, but there's also posts driven and things like that and, you know.
When I called a year ago, the answer I got was it varies all the way up and down Somerset Road. The widest point was a 60 foot right of way, so it'd be 30 foot from the center each
But
way.
you never got any maps pulled or printed?
I talked to the county engineer, the mapping department, and that's what they told me.
Okay, because Kurt's finding some discrepancies and I didn't know if either of those men would be here tonight. I don't know if they are. But just want to let them know that they are working on it at the county and I'm following up on it until we get those maps. There was one that they said need corrected, so there's apparently a discrepancy between some of their maps. So just report again out next month, and if I learn anything, I'll let Mr. O'Reilly and Chester know the answers.
Is that all you have under unfinished business? One thing I had was the chainsaw. I haven't seen it. Have you guys seen it? It has not reappeared, so I don't know. What should we do? Should we make a police report? I don't know what to do with it. You know?
Did you contact Beckett's? Isn't that the name of it, Becker's?
Okay.
Because they should have it on file. It's just like that weed whacker years ago that came up missing. If they have it on file there, if somebody brings it in there to work on it or something, then they can.
Okay.
But you haven't talked to them or anything. You need to have made a report.
Nope.
When was it last seen? Because it was on inventory last January.
To reiterate from last month, it was probably 2 weeks prior to the last meeting is when it was noticed.
We used it, Benji. We used it on the road, but half the time I bring Sid up to the school bus, and that door's open. You guys have got to slam the door, because if you don't, the wind blows it open.
Sure.
Half the time I come up, the door's open. So it was in the truck. Somebody could have come in. It's a wonder they didn't take everything.
Was it here during the yard sale when everything was opened up?
Yeah, we've used it since then.
It was here then?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, do you have a list of all the items, the properties that we sold and how much that we got out of them from the sale?
List
You
of all
don't?
the items sold. Wow.
The one he didn't.
No, I'm talking about the township property that was in the sale. That's the only thing I'm
I
talking
don't
about.
have a list.
Because there were a couple chainsaws in that. We had a handful of things we had agreed to sell.
Sure.
I'd like to know what the items sold for and make sure we get
Maybe if
it.
you'd have participated, you'd have known. I mean, plain and simple.
It's about getting our inventory in
If there's
shape.
a video of it, you
So.
could probably go back to the video and see what was in there.
Is this what we're gonna allow?
Well, she made a good point there. You know,
Okay.
if you took a recording of that
Is-
when we discussed it at the meeting, you could go back to your
Well,
records and say,
that way
look,
you would know what was in it.
you could say, look, we discussed 2 chainsaws, we discussed a swing, like a swing set, we discussed,
Okay, that's nice.
Furnace.
But what I want to know is how much money we got back on each item as well, because it was getting rid of township property, so I want to know how much we got from each item.
and I don't think we had to record that because it was under $2,500, so actually we had the right to sell it without advertising bid and all that.
So you didn't keep track of how much
There's how much money we raised right there.
I'm talking about the township property only, I'm not talking about the donations.
Nope, if you'd have partaken in that,
Question.
you'd have more knowledge. What's that have to do with?
Question about the township property. Once you sat at this table and you discussed it being sold, once that you agreed on it, did you vote on it?
I don't recall, but okay.
Okay, but once you agreed That was no longer township property, that was for sale. Correct?
No,
And if I'm not
it's still-
mistaken,
it's still
some of
township
this
property.
stuff didn't even have price tags. You were getting as much as you could by anybody that came and offered.
The majority of it did. There was some stuff that, you know, offers were made and the best offer was taken on it.
Right.
You know? Very good.
Okay.
All right, so back to chainsaw. I don't know, what do we do on that? Do we make a police report? I don't know what to do. I mean, plain and simple. It hasn't reappeared. I'd still like to see it come back.
When was it actually used last?
You didn't use it, I tell you that.
Do you know, Don?
I don't know. We always have it in there to cut trees off the road, but we never leave it.
The other thing, those boxes are never locked either.
We have a lock on.
But I'm
But they're
saying,
supposed to be in the building locked.
well, if the truck's on the road and you're not manning it, even if you got the tab locked, people can still get in that box. So.
Well,
We never had no
we don't leave
trouble
them on the road.
with customers.
It's all good.
All right, well, we'll move on.
We really don't know, we,
We'll
was
find out
after
about
the yard
that.
sale sometime, it was seen then, but just trying to get the time frame of when it.
Approximately 2 weeks before the last meeting is when it was brought to my attention. Okay, I don't have any other unfinished
Well, I
business.
think we need to replace it, because,
Well, we're gonna have to do something.
we need, unless you just want to get by with what we got. You sold the other two that were back there, right?
What do we still have out there?
I assume that the items we agreed on all are gone, or did some of it not sell? Is it all gone?
So the two chainsaws we have out there won't do us okay for right now?
There were some that were sold, correct? That's what I'm
Yes.
asking.
Yeah. There's only one left out there.
Yeah, I wondered how you're going to get your math there. What are you trying to pull?
Yeah. To see what you know.
Yeah, there's two on inventory, and there were two.
I'll make a
There
motion
were a
that-
total of four.
Do you want to replace it?
Yeah, I say we just,
I'll get a price on them, hopefully this week. I'll make a motion that we go ahead and replace the small chainsaw with something that was comparable.
I'll second it.
Under discussion, why don't you just get the same model, or
That's why I said sometimes model change, model numbers change, you know, comparable. That's
they're
going
all
to be
steel,
close.
so you can,
You can buy a steel that's $159. You can buy a steel that's $1,500, Jeff.
I understand that. Get the same model or close to it.
You can buy
That's
them
what
at
comparable
the
means.
seller too, Jeffrey.
Roll call,
They
Ben,
still
Yes.
have that. It's not that old. You guys
Dan.
bought that.
Yeah,
Ben, Jeff,
You guys bought that in like
All right, we're going to move on.
2011, I think,
Okay.
10 or 11.
what's your vote?
He don't get one. He just, yeah. He chooses.
Are you determining that?
You had your opportunity. Would you like to vote or not?
Is this appropriate? Is it really?
Yes, it is. You had your opportunity.
Is this how you're going to continue to conduct tonight's meeting?
Would you like to vote, Mr. Corpenny? Okay, we're going to move on. New business. Do you have anything under new business too?
Not anything, it's just the medical.
Sure. No. One thing I had under new business is we need to discuss is medical insurance premiums are going to go up. We've received some information on that January 1 of 16 they're going to go up approximately 12.5%, which will raise the premiums approximately $167 per person that takes the insurance per month. So that'll average close to $500 a month is what it's going to cost us extra. Right now, we pay approximately how much a year, Jenny?
$4,600 a month. I didn't calculate that. 4632. That's for just the medical.
Have you spoken with Megan
I
recently about
have. I
this?
just talked to her this afternoon. I'm sorry, 4369 is medical
That's per month.
per month.
Is she scheduling to come talk to
That's
us?
$52,428 that we're spending currently on health insurance. That's per year. It's going to go up 12.5% on top of that. I thought about it and thought about different options that we could try. To be honest, I'm just in favor of doing away with it. We just can't afford it anymore. it's just out of hand. I talked to the prosecutor's office and asked her, if the board so chose to do so, what we would have to do. She said we needed to discuss it at the board, take it to her office. She would, what if we decide not to, that's fine, but if we decide to, she would have to draw up an official resolution to do away with the health insurance.
When is this coming back up? It's usually annual with Megan. When does that come back around where she would?
I believe it's the first of the year. And yes, we can have her come out for a meeting. She doesn't think she would be able to come to the regular business meeting at the end of the month, so we would probably have to schedule a special meeting.
Does it need to be before the end of the year to talk to her?
Absolutely.
Yes,
I mean,
we need to make a decision about the insurance before the end of the year.
Okay. If that's the case, I suggest we set a special meeting. It's important enough to do that.
I'm fine with that.
We'll have to check, see when would be a good time for her.
Yeah. Let's see if we can send a meeting within the next 30 days with her. Do that. And then also on top of that, I'd also like to.
Did she send you any statistics or paperwork on what he's just
We have the
mentioned?
renewal. She sent that.
Have an opportunity to look at that before we meet her? Are those multiple copies there?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
There's also
Thank you.
Did you have something else?
this was the email that came with that.
Back in April.
Maybe I.
Or is this multiple emails?
Maybe that's the wrong email. Yeah, I said, yeah. Print it out, because that's just about the privacy.
Could you forward the right one maybe?
Yeah, that's just about the privacy statement.
So you have a recent, real
Yeah,
recent-
I do. The one that had the attachments to it, I printed the wrong one. I was having trouble with my printer and I ended up printing the wrong one.
I'd also like the board to ask the prosecutor's office to look into the legality of doing away with the health insurance and see what the do's and don'ts, ins and outs, what we can do, can't do, how that would all work. Amy kind of hinted around or said that if we were going to do something, well, we don't have to, but if we were, that it should be done by end of the year. So I would like to make a motion that the board contacts the prosecutor's office to ask them to look into the legal aspects of Bowling Green Township doing away with health insurance.
Didn't you already kind of do that?
No. She wanted it from the board.
Is this the email you're talking about? It's attached to the back of that first
Oh,
batch?
maybe it is.
Is that
No,
what it is?
that isn't it either. That was an email I got today from Megan after I talked to her.
So you just want
I'll
to...
second it.
Okay, that's fine. Ask for roll call.
Ben,
I'm going to put an attachment on that too. And
So
also,
you're moving to amend the motion?
yeah, and also if need be, if she feels it appropriate to go ahead and draw up an official resolution that we could either pass or reject before the end of the year.
I'm just going to ask you to read the entire motion, please.
Ben made a motion to contact legal counsel about advising us on health insurance, and the amendment was if we, to go ahead and draw up a resolution, if we need one, to vote for or
Okay, I'll
against.
second the amendment to the motion. And then I'll ask for a roll call on the main motion with the amendment.
Question, I wasn't very
If there's
clear.
no more discussion, that is.
Ben,
Yes.
Dan,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Yes.
I wasn't clear on the motion.
Does this have to do with health insurance? Okay.
Right, I wasn't clear on the motion.
We're going to ask the prosecutor's office to officially advise us on what we can and can't do with, if we so choose to do something with health insurance. Example, do away with it.
To do away with Ortiz.
That's right. Which doesn't mean we have to. She could draw up an official resolution, we could deny it. We don't have to pass it.
Okay.
So we'll probably have this, we can take care of this business at the next meeting, hopefully.
Well, not with her. Megan said she's not available for the next meeting. We're gonna have to have a special meeting if we wanna talk to her.
She can't come to the actual meeting.
She can't come to
But
our next.
we can try to get her
business
here within the next 30 days.
Right.
But Amy should be able to get this to us by next
meeting. I
meeting,
would think so.
because they kind of go hand in hand.
Absolutely. I don't have anything else on the new business. We can move on to public comment. Any public comment?
I got one. Jeffrey, take a damn good look at me. You've been sneaking around for 2 weeks to see if we're working or we're not. Now, I want to know what your problem is. You got one? If you want to work, you come out there, because I don't hide in the grass like you. You're a damn sneak and everything else, and a liar. Why you run around getting in our way? You gonna sit there like a dummy?
It's your time, Jack, you can say whatever you like.
If these people vote for you, they're a bunch of dumbasses, because you are worthless.
So now you're berating the public.
I'm berating you. You never, how they know you're lying when you open your mouth?
Do we have any other public comment?
I want to read from Mr. Chorpenny's voter profile that he put on the Advocate.
Oh, thank you for the copy.
Oh, you're most welcome. I want to make sure you understand what you said, and I want to ask you a question at the end. And I'm quoting this directly from his words. I am the only current Bowling Green Township official personally providing prompt, complete, and objective documentation of all public meetings, business by recording and uploading video of your business. Mr. Corpenny, I have just handed you a Freedom of Information Act. I want copies of every video. You state that you are the only elected official recording these videos. Therefore, the board should have a copy of these videos. Jenny should ask a copy from you also. Now, in the past, you said you were doing it as a private citizen. So what is it, Jeff? Private citizen or elected official? Can't have it both ways.
It's in writing, it's elected.
Exactly.
If it's in writing, it's real.
Exactly.
The prosecuting attorney has already
No, I think you better take it back now that you put it in writing,
put it in
in the
writing.
newspaper.
Boom.
You are elected. It is official, Jeff.
Public knowledge.
Yep.
You put it out there to everyone.
Gee, does that mean you lied on the form that you're an elected official doing it?
I got a question.
Are you finished?
Oh, quite
That was
finished,
public
Jeff.
comment. I got a question.
Quite finished with you.
Thank you.
And let somebody else do. You can go first.
Yeah, I got, hey,
Go ahead, Don.
okay, I take care of the over here. Okay, when Barb across the street had it, she took care of it, okay? When she stole all the money from the cemetery, the church, and the seniors, and I mean thousands of dollars, okay? Jeff went over and got her records and took them home. So we don't know how much she took off the township, okay? Every time I rent, these people say, I never got my deposit back. When am I going to get it back? I had a lady used it Saturday. She said, I used it 5 times, never got my deposit back. She said, I'm not paying you. So she still owes, unless, so what happened to that deposit? And over here, she's already been convicted as a thief. On your sign, someone stole one of your signs, you had theft is a criminal action, okay? Over here's a bunch of criminals. How come you got per yard lined with your
Sign.
signs. Yeah.
Ooh.
You know, you're
Take one.
in with a bunch of criminals.
I don't think campaign signs are appropriate to be
Yeah.
discussed,
Yes, it is.
regardless of where they're located.
Yes, it
You're right there with
is.
us.
Take one note.
He doesn't have permission to have a sign on there from the real estate agent.
Was that right?
Anyone else?
And, hey, I got one more thing. The other day when we was up working on the road, he come by. Well, actually, he sat back there 15 minutes. And I kept motioning for him to come. He didn't come up. Well, finally, when he did, he was like this with a red light. If I'd been packing, I'd have shot him. Because I was,
Oh, my.
it was a laser. And he never said anything about recording or putting me on YouTube. So after the first year when he's out of office, I'll take him to court.
Wow.
Hold on. That, I mean, it brings up a question, it's a serious question, I'd like a serious
Somebody
answer.
needs to find out where the money is. Somebody got it or there's a cover-up.
Well, Jeff was investigating that. Whatever happened to that investigation, Jeff?
When I-
Nothing you dropped like the road crew?
No, that's not what happened. It's a false narrative that you're building against. When I got,
What,
You all remember the liars.
Lie down. It was brought to my attention that when Jack and Don were out on the roads mowing and on Bowser Road that you had stopped and some things were done or exchanged or whatever. What happened there? What was the purpose of that confrontation?
you can go watch it if you like. You
No,
can-
I'm asking
You
you.
can determine your own.
I'm asking you.
Doesn't it state in here that we
Hey,
answer
Benji,
questions?
he said we didn't have our signs up.
He's a
It was
That's
in
right.
an open spot, I was flagging. These signs are illegal. Every time we put them up, a car goes by, they blow.
Well, I would agree that we need
Somebody go get
updated
us some good
signs.
But that's not that wasn't the point of this question. What was the purpose of that? Of that
To make the
confrontation?
workers look like,
What was the point of that this morning? Why didn't you pick them tires if we had to go pick up after we got done? You're gonna help a neighborhood. You don't do nothing.
I'm not gonna put junk tires in my personal car.
Truck set.
I've done it
You
before.
ain't got this enough to drive it?
Don't ask me something, hit the wall.
you might not want to sit it.
Anyways, alright, so I'm still waiting for an answer. What was
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I broke it. I'll pay for it.
The chair bumped into the window, cracked it.
Whatever.
That's township property. The chair did it, you didn't do it.
So what was the purpose of that?
I'm gonna suggest that we move on here.
No, we're not moving on.
So,
Hold
public comment, I have a
on.
question.
I'd like an answer first. I'd like an answer. What was the purpose of that confrontation? I've heard one side, I'd like to hear the other side.
Watch it yourself, it's out there.
No, I'm asking you, Jeff.
You form your own opinion.
I've heard one side, I'd like to hear the rest.
Good for you.
So you're not gonna answer me.
Wow.
Is that right?
This sounded a bit.
I don't think this is the proper way to conduct our business here.
I asked a question.
It's just harassing the employees, is all it is.
Business.
Is that how you conduct business?
That's not how I view it, so.
Is that how you conduct business? You can't
Are you ready to
answer a
move on?
fellow trustee
No.
on a question that
You're not ready to move on?
No.
Okay, I'll wait until you are.
You're never gonna get an answer, so let's just move on.
I want to know what the point of the confrontation was.
He come out to grass, that's all. I gotta leave.
I was see you drive down the road, trying to drive, hold the camera, trying to take pictures. That's what I like to do.
Who's up?
I do. I'm up.
Is this
Okay?
still public comment,
I'll decide
Still
that.
public comment.
or you'll decide?
I will.
I'm asking what's happening
And
here.
I'll answer you when I'm ready. Understand?
I hear what you're saying.
Go ahead, Barb.
Okay, I have a question. It says here, beyond being a voice, I am a proven trustee who actually listens. Integrity does matter. Boom, you wrote that. Where are you doing any kind of integrity right now? You're a jerk. You won't answer any questions. I also want to know, what grant did you do? You destroyed a crap load. What grant did you do?
I know, they don't.
It must be that hurricane out there that nobody can
Can I
get
ask-
on.
you can take public
You only got
comment.
2 people supporting your little hiney. You want to go on? Answer that. Answer it.
Let's move
Had
You're the voice.
had an inquiry over here why videotaping's happening over here and someone's not following the rules. of
You're
the
not, you
website.
moron. She's looking at Facebook. Boom!
Well, we
Again.
shouldn't have people
Ouch!
public
It's
comment.
just inquiry. I don't personally care.
Carry on, wanna know.
So there was a
Doesn't
question.
matter to me. It's
Mr.
not
Corpenny.
with anybody.
Mr.
Nobody
Corpenny.
doesn't follow the rules.
He's only talking to his two people.
There was a question on the floor. Would you like to answer?
It's public comment.
Beyond
This is
being
their time to
employed.
say
I am
whatever they
a
wish.
That's right.
trustee who actually listens. The problem is he doesn't answer.
That's right, that's what I was gonna say.
Integrity does matter.
Nothing back.
What does integrity mean to you? Can you answer that?
It's your time. Use it however you
He
like.
ain't gonna answer nothing. Can you, go ahead and record this now.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, since he doesn't do anything legally anyhow. He just does what he wants.
Does that even make sense?
Also, you need to take off that stupid Bowling Green Township Community Watch that I approved something on there. I have never approved anything on your site. And you say what you want, but every photo is from Mr. Corpenny.
I don't think it's
Sure, Penny, I got
appropriate
that
to
wrong.
bring your social media concerns here.
Yes, that is talking about me. Take it off. You don't have the right.
You're talking about things that are.
You don't have the right.
Beyond my.
Don't have the right.
All right.
Do I have the right to ask why you're following me and Donnie around? We ever catch us not working, just screwing off?
How many times are you gonna take public comment?
He raised his hand and I allowed him to ask, okay?
And I asked you this online, okay? I understand if you want to videotape them and you want to tell them you need to put your signs out. My question to you is still, you are in a position of authority, correct? You signed their checks. Why didn't you help them?
Sometimes.
Why didn't you help them? Why didn't you get out of your vehicle, put your camera down? I mean, do they intimidate you? That's what I don't understand.
They're two old farts.
I mean, I just don't understand why you just didn't help.
You gonna find
I'm
out.
another public
I guess we're just going round robin.
You guys need to.
Hey, let me tell you something, Mr. Corpenny. Every person sitting in this room has the opportunity to have public comment, whether you like it or not.
Nobody's being denied that, are they? Is
I got
anybody
another
denied
public
that? I
comment.
don't
No,
see it.
we'll come back. Go ahead.
I don't need an answer, but I would like for it to be on the record, and I know I'll get a special edition for YouTube, so. But I'd like to know why Sunday, well, I wouldn't like to know, I know why, but Sunday is trustee sitting there in the blue, drives by my house videotaping me and my family and my young kid. Kind of worries me. I mean, I don't understand what that has to do with anything of him, but he decided to drive out there. There was plenty of witnesses. Drives by in his little black Chevy out there with the camera on tripod filming us. So I just want it to be known. I know I won't get an answer. You don't have one.
If he was a private
Just another
person,
false
maybe he
narrative.
considered make it off the wall.
It's another false
This is
narrative.
where it relates to that.
Hold on. Go ahead, Ron.
Okay, we got all these cut downs. What I would suggest to everyone and all of you, what I would do, you got till next Tuesday, is go to your neighbors again and again. and
Are you doing checks there, Dan?
Explain to them what has happened with the trustee and get him out of office. He gets
Takes you a while to read 'em.
$700 a month.
Well, of course I know how to read them.
And whoever copied my letter, thank you, Jeff, for putting it on your Facebook or wherever you put it, because someone copied it and put out more copies, and you know, I'm very happy they did. It saved me a little time. I just don't know where all they put them. This also runs with Mr. Duvall's.
Yeah, that's true.
My husband was coming home from the tire event we had, by the way. Jeff drove by 3 times, never stopped once, that I saw 3 times. My husband is going home. Jeff unfortunately was in front of him. How do we know? Because his poster's on the side of his car. As my husband is driving, he notices going home, a camera oozes out the driver's side window of Jeff Corpenny's car. He's recording my husband and my daughter.
Again,
Here's an issue with this.
it's another false
First of all, that's a
narrative.
safety thing, and he's got that Jeff Corpenny trustee sign right on the side
You
of
got a
his
thing
vehicle.
for kids, have you?
It's another
I
false
think there's a
narrative.
perversion going on.
think that's a very
Child
serious
pornography,
It's a false
you might be looking
narrative.
into.
Very
No,
serious
it's not.
accusation right there.
It's
There
just
is
another,
an issue with this man recording children.
it's another false narrative.
No, it's not, it's fact.
Do we have any other public comment? Anybody else? Public comment?
He does like taking photos of kids at the park.
That sign up that says.
There's an issue with this.
Don't vote core penny right there on that corner, that awful looking,
Private.
big, long.
I think it's beautiful. That never-
It's gorgeous.
Wow, those are the
Private
greatest.
residence.
Awful one.
That's my sign.
There's a bunch of awful
And
looking
Portland's
ones.
also promoting it on his page. So it must be okay.
Yeah, no, it's
Even though you
probably
don't-
not, but.
Well, he's promoting it.
That's pretty
I'm not-
terrible.
I'm not promoting anybody's sign. I don't have any issue at all with anybody's First Amendment rights.
Hey, one
Bring
thing.
it on, it's all your.
One thing I want to bring to the board before we adjourn here. It was probably maybe a year ago, we had got contacted by a utility company. They were gonna do some work on Mount Hope Road. AT&T, yes. I was a contact person, they contacted me, wanted to start work, so I went out and looked at it. They did some underground, some directional bore stuff, and I told them as long as they went at least 3 feet, that they would be okay, and they went ahead and proceeded with that work, so that stuff's done. We talked about that before, so it's done now. Right. I will make a motion to pay bills.
I'll second.
It's okay if Jeff doesn't sign my bill again, that's only been my check, it's only been 4 consecutive.
Everybody's out scrambling.
I'm getting my records in order.
Does that look like Facebook to you? Does that look like Facebook to you? I don't have a problem with it.
Okay, I do.
It's just a different angle than what I
I
got.
got more paperwork to pass out.
Hey, one more thing while we're doing this. Trick or treat, Saturday.
Trunk,
Trunk or treat in Brownsville Saturday from 5 to 7.
treat.
There'll also be trick or treat in the village too.
Yeah,
It's on
and
Saturday?
we're gonna do it Saturday too. Okay, good.
It's Saturday?
Yeah,
Because they have it posted on our Facebook page.
not Brown, not, should be.
It says the 31st.
31st.
It says that there's a 30th.
31st.
No, on Facebook it says the 30th.
Should have said
The
31st.
email I got says the 31st.
Here, pass these around. Pass these around. If you want to bring your vehicle, bring your
Pass those over here, Ben, so I can read them in the record.
have fun and have hot chocolate, hot dogs, come. You can pass these around the neighbors. Did you get one, because you need one for your kids?
Yes, ma'am. I'll make sure they're all.
Jeff, did you want to pass some of these out to all those kids who take photos
Did you
out?
get one? Pass them over here.
No, they ain't gonna give me anything, I'm gonna take.
That one will. Look at it.
I might come down.
If you have public comment, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I noticed looking around the neighborhood that I can't understand what kind of people want to do this kind of stuff. I'm not talking about whether it's Jeff or the other people. I've never seen such devilish signs put up and talking about the campaign, the other, I can't understand it. Why they can't do something, people can do something that the Lord Jesus would appreciate. Not-
Hey, they can. November 3rd, they can do something.
That's right.
That's the time to do it.
What's the count?
That's
93
the time
signs
to
for
do
Jeff?
the thing. All this stuff makes the town look like.
Is that countdown 92 signs?
All right, through this town.
But what's the difference between my board and my yard, that's my right,
Sure.
Are all these signs, it doesn't matter. Everybody thought that, wait a minute. Hold on, let me finish, because you know what? Everybody thought that your yard, hold on, let me, everybody thought that your yard looked horrible, okay? You know what my opinion is? It's your yard.
Yeah, we didn't get to keep our yard.
I understand that. So your right that you had was taken away, just as I have the right to put my sign out there. Just as I, hold on.
Better look.
I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't need to.
Beauty is in.
I mean, and it's just like Jeff. You know what? We ask him questions. That's all we want. We want Jeff to answer some questions. And I don't think that that is something that's too difficult. In my opinion, I think everybody should be able to get along. But obviously, that's not going to happen. I mean,
uneducated people, you got too many uneducated people.
And you're one of
Here's
them.
what I want to say. I want to say
Are
something.
you gonna pass those checks
The
over?
guy that lives out there towards the road beside us, on the east side of us, okay. He's got his ready now ever since he moved in there with, we have to move our tractors, we have to move our dirt wheels, listen, we have to move our sign, we have to move this, we have to move that, some of it is agricultural. And we still have to move it because he doesn't like it. Well, we've got the second tree now on our fence that needs to be taken off of our fence. He knows that first one's been there for I don't know how long. It's going to snap our fence there pretty soon, but it's on his property and it's on our fence, okay? I'm not going to confront him about it, and I'm not going to go on his property because I'm not going to give him any more ammunition against me. So what are we going to do about the two trees on our fence?
Call the sheriff's office.
That's a civil matter.
Call the sheriff's office.
Sheriff, that trustee takes
Sheriff won't do anything. The sheriff won't do anything, you have to get an attorney, it is a civil matter. Get an attorney to take the. You have to get an attorney, yes. It's a civil matter between you and.
But can I tell you something? There's nothing about Chloe on there, okay, but I would look it up.
I know what it says.
You have the right to go 10 feet on the other side of your fence to maintain that fence line. So you have that right.
The tree may have started farther than.
So cut it 10 feet off the, and don't worry about the rest.
Bob could probably easily go around on the other side with the backhoe and pick it up off our fence and put it back on his property. But now, if my horse go down in there and come out and start eating corn out of his little tripod that he baits the deer on 10 acres, he baits them so he can shoot them there. If she goes out on there, then I'm responsible for keeping my horse in. It's a civil matter. Now, the next thing is, we've tried to clean up everything to make him happy. If he starts shooting off those exploding targets again, I'm gonna put one more thing back.
That has nothing to do with the township.
He rattles our windows in our house. It's a civil
That
matter.
has nothing to do with the township, I'm sorry.
Well, the sheriff told us that the township can do something about it. No, township can do nothing, it's a civil matter.
None of
He
that's in
just
the-
shoots off these exploding targets that rattles everybody's windows, even clear back to us, you know it does it beside him. It scares our dogs so bad we're ripping the siding off the house. That's when you call the sheriff.
I would.
Take the dog, see a psychiatrist.
But he hasn't done it for a while.
Alright, I think we have one more public comment real quick. Go ahead.
Is the meeting over?
Well, we're technically signing checks, but he hasn't turned them over here yet.
Yeah. Do you have a public comment? No, yes?
I just want to know if the meeting was over so we can leave.
Yeah, I mean, you can. Check the sign. Good? Yeah, I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I haven't had an opportunity to review the checks or read them into the record or the appropriations.
And can I ask one more question? You got permission to put that sign up across the street over on that?
Is there a second to adjourn or not?
Well, now he doesn't have permission, the bank owns that. You stay here.
Yes, there was.
Okay.
He just fills his plans over there. You stole it so he can. I'm going to look Mr. Hunt, you said you dropped him off and put it
Jeff your shirts, did Jeff think that?
Here we go.
want to, though. I just don't want any problems as I walk through here.
You think you're going to have some bowling, Jeff?
What? You see what I'm saying, Bob? I don't want any issues. Just give me some room, let me walk out of the building. No, I suggest you just step aside.
You go do something?
Step aside.
You walk around.
Oh my God, there's space, walk around. You're not that fat. Record that. Oh, we're thinking about, you know, the game whack-a-mole? We were gonna do a whack-a-core penny. What do you think? Get that on recording too. Got it? Check fingers out, Jeff. Check fingers out, Jeff. Record it. And there's not a middle one. It's 2 fingers. Now it's 3. Check it out. She said she took it. Holy shit, I got 5. I'll keep going. I'm telling you. Record my children again. You got it? I will take you to court. I will own you. Barbara, shut up. I'm sick of it. Why would you record juvenile?
That's a good question. That's what I wonder when you heard about my house.
Oh, you think I'm gonna jump when you stomp your foot?
What'd you say, Jeffy? What'd you say, Jeffy? Poor little guy. Poor, you ain't got mommy and daddy here to help you now. Poor little.
Walk away, Jack. I don't need that in my face.
Step away from me, Mr. Hub.
I don't need that in my face either.
Get away from me, Mr. Hub.
I'm not.
Back off.
I'm not close to you.
Back off.
There you go.
Don't come near me.
What are you gonna do?
Alert, alert, medical alert.
Open up the door.
I'm not turning my back to you, sir. Back off. Back off.
You have a red stand there, Jack.
I know I got one stand here.
Hey, Jeff, you want your check?
I didn't get a chance to review any of the checks.
Well, I'll leave it here for you, or you can have it.
Don't trash. You don't deserve it.
Oh, Jesus Christ almighty.
He could tell you where. Bye.
Enjoy your evening, Jeff.
I